So we're going to look at the TIPP skills. There are 4 TIPP skills. Each skill has a way of reducing emotional arousal by changing what's going on inside the body. So those 4 skills are split into temperature, intense exercise, paced breathing, and paired muscle relaxation. And I'll explain what each one of those is in a minute. So when we're in like a really high emotional arousal, and it's just impossible to feel like you can think clearly or you can make use of any other skills. You can't solve the problem that you've got because you just can't think properly. So the TIPP skills is a fast way to reduce high levels of emotion. It's to pull you back from that emotional mind, because when we're often in that emotional mind and that emotional place, we often make quite unwise choices. So we want to move back into the wise mind position so that then we're able to make use of other skills. So when can we use it? So like I said, when you're stuck in emotional mind and you feel like you can't get out, you're in a crisis and you feel like you're about to lose it, you feel like your head's going to pop off, you feel swamped and overwhelmed, and you can't think clearly as to what it is that you need to do. You can't take any new information in because you can't think straight. So you're at that skills breaking point. Whereas the TIPP skill works fast, and it works, it can work within seconds to minutes. So it's like a fast acting medication but without any side effects. And there's also no long-term costs to using these TIPP skills that we often get from using our usual coping strategies that can be quite unhelpful, whether it's self-harm or alcohol or substances, because they can sometimes have effects further down the line that we don't want either. So some TIPP skills, like the paced breathing that we mentioned and the paired muscle relaxation, you can also use those in a public place without anybody knowing. So they're really good to kind of hold in mind, because if you are somewhere and that emotional mind kicks in, then you can be doing these without anybody even realising that you're doing them. The T from the TIPP skills stands for tipping the temperature, so cooling the temperature of your body down. And the best way to do that is with cold water. So splashing your face with cold water, holding cold packs on your face or the back of your neck, that drastically reduces your temperature. And it does the opposite of the fight or flight response. It really quickly reduces negative emotions that might feel like they're getting too big to manage. So if you think that emotions are associated with temperature, when people talk about feeling hot-headed, or when certain feelings kick in, whether it's anger or anxiety, people start sweating. So this is about changing your body temperature, which in turn will help to kind of challenge some of those difficult feelings. It can help you to develop things more clearly, so that then you're able to draw on other skills that you've got, because when you're in that moment, you're not able to solve a problem or think, how am I going to get about this? Because you've gone to that emotional place, and you need to come back before you can kind of start to solve a problem. So it might be that you're a bit averse to cold water in your face, so you might want to draw on other things, such as running your wrists under the cold tap, or if you're not able to get to any water for whatever reason, you're out and about and you haven't got access to that, just attempting to change your temperature, whether it's taking your coat off, opening a window, letting that cold air, or going outside. If you're in a room where you feel like it's getting really stuffy and hot, taking yourself outside, letting that cold air hit you in the face can really be really helpful. One of the things that people say is one of the best things to do this with is called the dive effect, and you fill a sink with cold water and ice cubes if you're brave enough, and you hold your breath and you submerge your face for a few seconds, and it's that initial shock that really, really helps to kind of pull you back from that emotional place. The I from the TIPP skill stands for intense exercise for as long as possible. So it's known that doing 20 to 30 minutes of exercise can have a rapid effect on your mood, reducing negative thoughts and feelings and increasing positive feelings. So you can use exercise when you're agitated and you're wound up, you feel angry, having lots of negative thoughts that won't go away, or you're feeling low and you're finding it hard to actually get yourself going. So intense exercise can involve, it can involve going for a run, or if you can't do that, you can do intense exercise on the spot. You can do, just jogging on the spot, or jumping jacks, or shadow boxing, just literally as anything to increase that heart rate and just get your body moving. There are loads and loads and loads of things on YouTube. HIIT training sessions, high intensity training clips on YouTube. You've got the body what's he called? Is it the Body Coach? Joe Wicks's Body Coach. He's got loads and loads of videos. So if you don't know what to do, you can literally find one of those, put it on, and just get yourself moving. The P from the TIPP stands for two things. You've got paced breathing and you've got paired muscle relaxation. So paced breathing is about slowing down the pace of your breathing, because when those emotions kick in, your breathing increases, and what you want to do is kind of pull it back down. So what you do is you practice breathing slowly in for the count of 4 seconds and out for the count of 8 seconds. And you do this, this does the same, as the T in the TIPP skill. So it's about reducing your heart rate, reducing that fight or flight response, and decreasing that emotional arousal. And it also, when you're focusing on your breathing, you're not focusing on other things that might, whether it's your thoughts or your feelings. So you're distracting yourself as well from those things. So really breathe in from your belly, feel your belly sticking out, and use that full breath rather than doing shallow breathing where you're just using kind of the top of your lungs. The paired muscle relaxation is working your way, whether it's up or down, but working your way through your body and squeezing a certain part of your body. So whether it's your hands, you squeeze your hands together and then you release. And you do it with every muscle, so you can work your way from your hands to your arms to your shoulders, and you squeezing everything and then releasing. And by the time you've worked your way through your whole body, you will start to feel differently. You'll start to feel more relaxed. So you're releasing that tension that the emotion is causing you to hold in your physical body. So that's the TIPP skill. So give those a go. And there are lots and lots of YouTube videos as well about how to do this that might be worth having a look at.